I've been drinking, and it's a rare night where I have the night to myself. I get to let loose. I get to be alone, and I feel like I feel like being alone is when the true self comes out. Think about it. There's three people that exist within you. There are the people everybody sees. There are the people which your family and friends see. And then there are the people which only you see. And the people in which only you know that yourself is, and the people that only you know you are, is the one which is the scariest. No one will ever know 100% of the true you. And nobody will ever know the complete you, the 100% unedited, unfiltered you. But maybe it's better no one does know that. Maybe it's better nobody ever sees that side of you. This is me. I'm in my element. I'm hanging out. I'm chilling. I'm by myself. I'm alone. Cheers. What exactly are we doing, culturally speaking? Have you ever tried to explain the American culture when you're discussing other cultures? Like, you hear other cultures discussing their habits and rituals, but the American culture is, at least from an American's perspective, I don't want to say normal. It seems like there's a lack of culture there. However, if you look at it from somebody else's culture's perspective, we have our own way of going about things. I mean, for instance, if you play the national anthem, I mean, what do people immediately do? People, like, if I started playing the national anthem right now, people immediately... And that's just something that happens in our culture. And, I don't know. The Pledge of Allegiance is a weird thing to me. I mean, think about it. We pledge allegiance to a flag. That's fucking wild. That's insane. We pledge allegiance. Think about what pledging allegiance is. I'm aligning myself. And like that's fucking wild. That's a wild thing. We used to say that every day. Do people still say the pledge? Welcome to the dining room. You might be wondering why right here is blurred. Not for any reason in particular. I just decided to blur that section. And you know why? Because I wanted you guys to question why. And I wanted for the answer to be, there's no real reason. And I feel like sometimes we need to realize that. Sometimes there's not an answer to the question we're asking. Sometimes it's important to know that the question we're asking might not have an answer to it. Let's grab another one real quick. Put this one away. There is no method to the madness. Sometimes things are just what they are. You know, this whole thing has been... It seems as if there's something underlying the entire meaning, but is there really? I guess the only person that would ever know is me. But it is the idea that there's no meaning underneath what I'm doing, is that a meaning itself? It's like the idea that somebody's gimmick is that they have no gimmick. It's still a gimmick, and, you know, that's what it is. While I am doing this, there is more important things happening. You're wasting your time investigating, trying to figure out what the underlying meaning here is. There is none. Stop looking for it. I'm not an artist. Nobody is an artist. Artists do not exist. That being said, maybe there is artists. Maybe artists do exist. Would I know? Would you know? We don't know. Why are we asking these questions? That's the true question. At what point does this stop being funny? Was it ever funny? Who really knows? Is there a point to this? Am I trying to say something? Is there something I'm trying to communicate to you?
You know, I had one where I had this, like, cascading sense, flood of love toward, I was thinking about my family, I was thinking about my son and my wife, and parents, and you know, it sounds like so banal. And one of the things that happens is that these platitudes that love to the everyday wonders. And psychedelics, you know, softens those habits and helps you get out of those grooves. And for me, that was really useful. And it's only, I think it's the experience of ego dissolution that allows you to, because your ego enforces those habits. And you get a little break. There's a beautiful metaphor. One of the scientists I interviewed in the book, a Dutchman working in Imperial College in London, he said, think of your mind as a hill covered in snow, and your thoughts are sleds going down that hill. And after a while, after a lot of thoughts have gone that hill, there'll be these grooves, and they get deeper and deeper. And at a certain point, you can't go down the hill without slipping into those grooves. That's who we are as we're like, you know, at this age. And what psychedelics do, he said, is flatten the snow. Lots of fresh powder. And you can then take the sled any way you want to go.
That's a great way of
Isn't that
describing it. I've always talked about predetermined patterns and grooves that people fall into, so it's amazing hearing him say it that way, but that's a much better way of describing it, like snow.
Yeah.
Sliding these thoughts down these already existing patterns. That's amazing. That's, you know, what you said about love and being cynical, that's so important too, because there's something that people they avoid sincerity. Like, there's something about it that it makes you too vulnerable or too open to criticism or too open to ridicule. And we're worried about being sincere, and I do think that that's one of the primary benefits of psychedelics.
Yeah, we live in an ironic culture, and we defend ourselves against strong experience or self-exposure by adopting this stance that's ironic and cool. And psychedelics is not a cool experience. It's the opposite.
Well, it's cool when it's over.
Yeah.